But yeah, this season, I look at it in the way it's being played, Caro, and it's going to be dynamic football. We're down to 16.5-minute quarters, and there's going to be winners and losers. Players are going to benefit by it, and others are going to lose out of it. And I want to take through the first lot of players, Ed, who I believe are the best at the moment and will only get better. And it's these guys who they don't need to come off the ground as much now. We played a quarter less in round one than we normally would. Instead of 120-odd minutes, we played 100. These guys, that's how many goals they kicked. Don't take them off the ground at all, really. They can rest forward. Just wanted to show Dangerfield. This is what he can do through the centre of the ground. And then he can also be 5, 6, 7 minutes later. Don't come to the bench. You can go and do this. So that's where they get even better, these champions of the game. Obviously, the next one, your superstar, or he's not at their level yet, but he comes into his own again, Jordan De Goey, because he's the player you want. Dustin Martin, the player you want. Don't take him off. 16.5-minute quarters, they can absolutely dominate the game. And there's another wave. There's the next wave coming through who I reckon are off this tier, who I reckon have the explosive abilities to do exactly the same thing. They were permanent forwards this year or last year, but they now should go in and be inside clearance winners and then go to full forward. And these are the players I'm concerned about. The players who loved it going for 120 minutes because they would run players into the ground. I think it's become a more explosive game than ever before. So they have to find a few more tricks to their game moving forward.
From what you're saying, you think it'll be a better game. We're all being very optimistic here that it actually happens, but it'll be a better game in your view?
Well, the quarters did feel extremely short, but I just feel like we didn't seem to have the congestion around the football, and I thought you have to jump out of the blocks sooner than you ever have before because of the lack of game time.
Isaac Smith at Hawthorn, who's over 30 these days, said he felt like he could play 5 days later. I know the GPS was coming up basically 25% less of players staying on the ground, so it was having a really significant impact on, as your point there, keeping the good players on the ground and going.
My last point, Ed, they averaged 17 kilometres or 16 kilometres last year. The best players ran 12 kilometres in round one. It just shows how much more limited running they're doing.
Fresh as a daisy they were after the game. It was fantastic.